We are well into flu season, but how likely are you to catch the flu in this hot climate versus a colder climate? Joining me now is News Channel 5 medical expert Dr. David Soria, chairman of the Wellington Regional Medical Center, to explain. Hi, Dr. Soria. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Is climate a factor in whether you catch the flu?
You know, it's been a myth that's been, continues from generation to generation. And, we bundle up when it gets cold out. And going outside with wet hair in the cold, forget it. We wouldn't even think about that.
Yeah, right.
But, the reality, though, is that cold temperatures do not cause colds. The reason why, and there's a little twist to this that we'll talk about in a second, but the reason why we get colds more commonly in colder weather is not because of the temperature, it's because we gather together inside, closer quarters, more of us are together, we're touching each other, doorknobs, public surfaces, somebody in the room or many people in the room may have that cold or a viral syndrome, and we're going to touch it. The virus will survive longer in warmer temperatures than it will in colder temperatures, and whether we try to or not, we touch our face multiple times every hour, scratch our nose, whatever, rub our lips. It just happens, and so the risk of transmission is much higher in colder weather when we're all together.
So that's a brief explanation of that. Now, coincidentally, flu season starts when the snowbirds start arriving. Is it fair to blame them?
Well, you know what? It just puts us at higher risk because what it's doing is it's bringing populations from around the country together in one. So the likelihood of somebody having the flu or bringing the flu from other areas of the country is a lot higher because they're all consolidating in one place, South Florida, or many of them. So they bring them into us. We gather together. There's the coughing, the sneezing going on in the restaurants or in public places. The likelihood of us touching those surfaces or getting that virus transmitted to us is a lot higher.
'Tis the season. So what steps should we take to minimize at least our chances of catching the flu?
I think the things that we talk about every year are as follows. One is wash your hands frequently, especially if you've been in public areas, especially if you have touched areas that have been around other people. Wash your hands frequently and even bring around some of that hand sanitizer. That works real well. Also, try to prevent yourself from giving it to others. So when you're coughing, use a tissue. When you're sneezing, use a tissue or into your sleeve. Things like that. And then, of course, always, if you're within the risk factor population, which is young, very old, or if you have immunocompromised disorders or heart disease or diabetes, get your flu shot.
All right, do the smart things.
That's right.
Exactly. Start with the flu shot. That's always a good start.
Always a good
All right,
start.
Dr. Soria, thank you so much for joining us today.